Speaking of investment portfolios, this guy's got an impressive one. He owns some soccer teams. Tim Howard, part of that great U.S. goalkeeper union, had some interesting comments on Christian Pulisic, something we've been kicking around for a few days here on Futbol Americas and beyond. Quote, USA fans have every right to be frustrated after Christian Pulisic left camp before Mexico. The U.S. men's national team needs him there. Even if he's not playing, at some point, Mauricio Pochettino must flex his muscles. Kasey, you've been pretty strong on your thoughts on Christian Pulisic missing that Mexico game. What do you make of the comments here from Tim Howard?
Yeah, I think they're completely warranted. I think what we need to, I don't know if there's been clarity or not, but I don't know if it was Christian asking that the club would prefer him not to go to Mexico, or if the club reached out to the federation and said, we don't want him to go. But I'll be 100% clear. This is Mauricio Pochettino's decision. He has 100% autonomy in a FIFA window to play or not play Christian Pulisic. Now, if Christian comes to him and says, hey, do you think I could have the time off? That would be extremely worrying, because your captain and best player doesn't particularly want to go play against your biggest rival. That would be really worrying. And then it's equally worrying that your brand new head coach is just more than happy to not go down to your biggest rival with your best player and just cave to the club. So we don't know the context from that particularly, but yes, Tim, the fans, everybody's right. I was texting with our friend Tab Ramos last night, and he made an interesting point to me. He said, Luka Modric is 39 and he plays every game for Croatia. Mm-hmm. And I said back, imagine that it's a new Croatian manager. It's his first two matches. The second game is away in Serbia. And Luka Modric and the coach decide that he's not going to go. There is absolutely no chance that would ever happen in a million years. And I think that's why, it almost felt like it was patronizing to the fans, to that, oh yeah, it's not a big deal. This is what we're going to do and nobody will care. And it's not the way I would want to start my tenure, that's for sure.
So I want to give credit where credit is due here, because Tim Howard didn't just say that. He wrote those comments for the Daily Mail. But as far as Pulisic is concerned here, right? Because I'm kind of shocked, Kasey, to hear you say, this is 100% Mauricio Pochettino's decision. I'm shocked to read from Howard here that he says Pochettino needs to flex his muscles. Obviously, in an ideal world, in his first window, Mauricio Pochettino wants his best player there for as long as possible. Now, on the other hand, obviously, in any world, AC Milan wants their star player, one of their best players, with them as long as possible and with his national team as little as possible. Therefore, the one thing in the middle, Kasey, is the player, is the guy himself, is Christian Pulisic. To me, this is actually, if anything, 100% a Christian Pulisic decision. He's not going back to AC Milan if he doesn't want to go back to AC Milan. So why aren't we laying more of that responsibility on the player and not on the manager?
Because it's not, you never, the player doesn't have any say here. If the player, it's between the club and the country, and you never put the player in the middle. So you either say, as the manager, I'm not going to take him, or I am going to take him. You don't say, hey, what do you want to do, player? Because you don't want to be stuck having to choose between the people that pay you and the country that you love. It's an unfair ask. There's no winner in this. So you have to take it out of the player's hands. And the person that has control over this by FIFA mandate is the national teams in the window. And Pochettino should have taken all that decision out of Christian's hands, and so it's frustrating, and it's really something that we shouldn't be dealing with. Here's what I would say, Seb, to you on this. So if I was Pochettino and I was approached by AC Milan not to take the player for this friendly, I would say, okay. I'd say, so we've got a big couple games against Jamaica coming up. If I don't take him down to Mexico, then I would like him released 3 days early, not play your last game, and I want him to come up and do PR work for the Federation and work with our fitness coaches before that match against Jamaica. And AC Milan would say, you're crazy, we will never do that. And then I would say, well, why should I do that for you?
There you have it. Flex those muscles, Mauricio Pochettino.